All citizens within a 20-mile radius of the cube are advised to remain indoors and continue to follow your local news outlets for more information. If you are currently out on the road, please stay away from the O'Hare International Airport in all directions. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This is WLSS, and we will continue to serve the Chicago area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station containing news for your area. You are listening to the emergency alert system. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. The United States military and the civil authorities have been unable to make any contact with the object known as the cube. There has been no signals, no communication, and no signs of any occupants. At this time, the National Guard has closed all of the major roads and highways leading in and around O'Hare International Airport and the cube. Scientists have stated that they have not detected any forms of radiation around or emanating from the cube, and that its structure and composition are still unknown. The civil authorities have closed routes 19, 83, 45, 72, Interstate 190, 90, and parts of 294. Until further notice, the area within a 20-mile radius of the cube will be under military jurisdiction. There will be no one allowed in or out of the area until further notice. All flights in and out of O'Hare International Airport have been suspended until further notice. The Federal Aviation Administration says that this is merely a precaution. For more information, please stay tuned to your local media outlets for details. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this civil danger message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the United States government to inform you of dangers in your area. This is WLSS, and we will continue to serve the Chicago area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station providing news for your local area. The emergency alert system has been activated. We interrupt the following programming for this civil danger warning. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government and the United States military. The civil authorities are ordering that all citizens in a 50-mile radius of the cube remain indoors and do not go outside until ordered by the civil authorities. The United States military and members of the civil authorities are planning to execute operations to move or eliminate the cube. This is a preventative measure to avoid any innocent civilian injury. All citizens are being asked to return to their homes or remain indoors and off of all streets until given an all clear by the civil authorities. This order also extends to all roadways. If you are currently on the road, pull over to the side of the road and remain there until further notice. Please stand by for a message from the United States government. At approximately 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, reports have come in that there is activity from the cube. Sources say that external lights have appeared on all sides of the cube that are visible and that they are blinking in different colors. The military and civil authorities are unsure if this is benign or if this is an attempt at communication. More details on this situation as they become available. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This message has interrupted regular programming at the request of the United States government to keep you informed of civil dangers. This is WLSS, and we will continue to serve the Chicago area. If you are not in this local area, please tune to a station containing news for your area. The emergency alert system has been activated. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government and the Federal Emergency Management Agency. This is a civil danger message. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. Please stand by for more news and instructions. At exactly 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, the object known as the cube has finally exhibited an action of some sort. At this time, a panel opened on the top of the cube, and it is emitting a high-pressure tower of purple-black gas or smoke into the atmosphere from the top part of its structure. Reports have stated that the cube is making a mist of fog of some sort that is covering the area, and is beginning to spread. The military and civil authorities are unsure what this smoke is, and why it is being emitted. All persons within a 20-mile radius of the cube are being ordered to take cover immediately. The military and civil authorities are also asking all citizens to remain indoors, turn off all heating and ventilation systems as a precaution, and to lock and close all doors and windows. More on this situation as it becomes available. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this message. This is WLSS, and we will continue to serve the Chicago area. If you are not in this local area, please tune to a station containing news for your area. The emergency alert system has been activated. We interrupt all programming to bring you this emergency action notification. This is a national emergency. Important news and instructions will follow. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the White House and the United States military. It has been reported and confirmed that all citizens, military personnel, and civil authorities that were around the immediate area of the cube have been killed from the gas that is being emitted by the cube. Scientists and observers are reporting that the gas that is being emitted from the cube is spreading rapidly and is forming a mist over the blockade perimeter. Military personnel have reported that this gas is also not able to be stopped by current gas mask technology, and witnesses have seen many military personnel exposed to the gas despite being in protective gear. The Federal Emergency Management Agency is alerting all residents and citizens in a 50-mile radius to remain inside and to shut off all heating and ventilation systems immediately. All residents should lock and seal all windows and doors to prevent exposure, and do not go outside for any reasons. The United States military, National Guard, and civil authorities will be patrolling the area in a 30-mile radius of O'Hare International Airport, and will be detaining any persons not indoors at that time. The governor of the state of Illinois will be speaking on all channels shortly. Please stay tuned for that message. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification. Do not use your telephone. Telephone lines should be kept open for official use only. This message will be retransmitted in 1 minute. Please stand by for a message from the Governor of Illinois.
Good afternoon, citizens of Illinois. In accordance with state and federal policies, we have declared a curfew in the state of Illinois immediately, and no citizens are to be outside at this time for any reasons whatsoever. We have, with full cooperation of the federal government, imposed a martial law over the entire state of Illinois, and access to and from major centers of population, or near the area occupied by the cube, are strictly prohibited. We feel it best that all citizens remain indoors, and to continue to listen to local news outlets for more information as it becomes available. I will be speaking more on this situation later today. Thank you, and God bless.
That was a message from the governor of the state of Illinois. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the White House to bring you this emergency action notification. This is WLSS, and we will continue to serve the Chicago area. If you are not in this local area, please tune to a station containing news for your area. The emergency alert system has been activated. We interrupt all programming to bring you this emergency action notification. This is a national emergency. Important news and instructions will follow. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the White House and the United States military. Here is the latest on the situation involving the cube at O'Hare International Airport. The gas emitted from the cube has been continuing to spread over a 50-mile radius and growing rapidly over the last hour. Reports have come in that the current death toll is over 225,000 and is expected to increase exponentially. Several county and private hospitals have reported overflows of citizens falling ill to the effects of the cube's gas. Many are experiencing coughing, choking, loss of consciousness, seizure, and death. The Federal Emergency Management Agency reports that there is currently no defense against the effects of the cube's gas, as it is penetrating sealed areas, gas masks, and biological containment filters. The United States military is also reporting a failed strike against the cube a short time ago with the aid of a military drone, in the hopes of disabling the mechanism. The attack was unsuccessful and the drone was immediately destroyed by weapon fire from the cube. The Federal Emergency Management Agency would like to ask all citizens receiving this broadcast to make preparations to evacuate the southernmost and western parts of Illinois immediately. All citizens that are in the town of Braidwood, Illinois, and south of Braidwood, to the borders, should prepare to evacuate their dwellings soon. Please stay tuned to this station for more information as it becomes available. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the United States government to bring you this emergency action notification. This is WLSS, and we will continue to serve the Chicago area. If you are not in this local area, please tune to a station containing news for your area. Do not use your telephone. Telephone line should be used for official use only. The emergency alert system has been activated. This message will be retransmitted in 1 minute. The Federal Emergency Management Agency would like to ask all citizens receiving this broadcast to evacuate the southernmost and western parts of Illinois immediately. All citizens that are in the town of Braidwood, Illinois, and south of Braidwood, to the borders, should prepare to evacuate their dwellings now. Please stay tuned to this station for more information as it becomes available. We have just received new information on the situation involving the cube, located at the O'Hare International Airport in Chicago, Illinois. Currently, the Federal Emergency Management Agency places the death toll in the state of Illinois at over 3 million and rising. The gas being emitted from the cube has covered the entire state of Illinois, and appears to be spreading over the Indiana state lines, as we have gotten our first reports of casualties in the western part of the state. We have also learned that many of the stations and news outlets have fallen silent or are inoperative in Illinois at this time. The United States military has conducted several operations against the cube, and all have proven unsuccessful. Scientists from the University of Chicago have stated that the composition of the gas that is being emitted by the cube is of an unknown composition, and is having a profound effect on the atmosphere at large. We have just learned, doctors at the Franciscan Hospital in western Indiana have reported that many of the people affected by the gas from the cube are not completely dead. They have reported that many of the patients seen were in a comatose state, but are still showing signs of extremely weak vitals. They have released a statement that there may be many more still alive in Illinois. More on these situations as it becomes available. You are listening to the emergency alert system. All broadcast and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted regular programming at the request of the United States government to bring you this emergency action notification. This is WICN, and we will continue to serve the Indianapolis area. If you are not in this local area, please tune to a station containing news for your area. The emergency alert system has been activated. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the National Weather Service and the United States government. This is a national emergency. Please stand by for important news and information. The National Weather Service has just released a statement that the gas that is emitting from the cube is starting to have a profound effect on the composition of the atmosphere. The National Weather Service reports that oxygen levels in the atmosphere around Indiana and Illinois are down 39%, and there are increases in levels of methane, ammonia, and several components of unknown composition. The National Weather Service also reports that the gas from the cube has reached its maximum yield and is no longer spreading to other areas. The gas from the cube has stopped at 180,000 square kilometers. It has also been confirmed by city officials and state authorities that the death toll is now between 7 and 8 million, and many more in a comatose state. Medical officials have stated that citizens who are comatose have exhibited peculiar changes to their bodies, such as a grayish skin tone, loss of hair, and changes to the nasal passages. Please stand by for a message from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. NASA has reported that its long-range scans and satellite telemetry has revealed the presence of at least 50 new objects, all located approximately 500,000 kilometers from Earth. The objects are all identical in size and shape to the cube that is currently on the grounds of O'Hare International Airport. The objects have all stopped and are not currently moving. NASA is continuing to monitor this situation and will relay more news as it becomes available. You are listening to the emergency alert system, and we will continue to remain on the air. This is WICN, and we will continue to serve the Indianapolis area. If you are not in this area, please tune to a station providing news for your area. The emergency alert system has been activated. me interrupt the following to bring you this emergency action notification message. This is a global emergency. Important news and information will follow. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the White House and the United Nations. Reports have come into the United States government that a total of 75 new cubes were spotted approximately 500,000 kilometers from Earth earlier. The new cubes are now on Earth in major cities and various locations across the entire globe. Reports have come in of new cubes in Jakarta, Indonesia, Hong Kong, China, Tokyo, Japan, Moscow, Russia, London, England, Paris, France, Sydney, Australia, Naples, Italy, Stockholm, Sweden, Mexico City, Mexico, San Juan, Puerto Rico, and many others. There has also been reports that the new cubes are also starting to emit the same high-pressure gas from the tops of their structure as the cube in Chicago, Illinois. The United Nations has just reported that the number of fatalities at this time is numbering into the hundreds of millions. The National Weather Service has just made a statement that it believes that the cubes are changing the composition of the known atmosphere to something that is more suitable for another species. All current rates of oxygen, helium, carbon dioxide, and hydrogen are changing dramatically. Most of the new composition isn't known in makeup, but has proven mostly lethal to the general population. Many reports have come in about millions of citizens in comas at this time. Medical officials at Sinai Medical Center have released a statement that patients that have been in a prolonged coma state are changing on a genetic level. Please stand by for a message from the National Aeronautics and Space Administration. NASA has just reported that they have picked up an object on their satellites in long-range scans on a direct trajectory towards Earth. The object is a starship of some sort and measures over 10 miles in diameter. NASA has reported that the craft is approximately 1.2 million miles from Earth and is stopped. It has just been reported from NASA that they have picked up an incoming transmission from the starship. Please stand by for that message.
People of Earth